Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Darkxstitch. My name is Nadia if you've never been here before. Before I get into the progress that I've been up to, because I've been away for about 3 weeks instead of the normal 2, I want to give you a bit of an update of what's been going on like life-wise. So if you're not interested and you just want to see the stitching, I will leave a timestamp, I don't know, here, up here somewhere. But I think it is important that you listen to it because it does affect my stitching going forward. I had a big boo-boo with the tablet and I now have to input all of my stitches again. So that is pretty annoying. So let me just rewind a bit. So basically I have been away for about an extra week or so because of the school holidays and because I went on holiday. So we get to the holiday place, everything is fine. I take Lord of the Rings with me. I only ever take one cross stitch on holiday because I don't usually get that much stitching done. But I took Lord of the Rings because I knew that it needed a lot of progress done on it. The tablet was perfectly fine when I got there. The holiday home was supposed to have things like Sky TV, Freeview, video games and things like that, and none of it was working. So there was no TV in my son's bedroom either to help him nod off to sleep because he needs something in the background because he struggles to sleep. So I gave him my tablet on the first night and I just kind of accepted that I probably weren't going to do any stitching on this holiday, which was fine because we were always quite busy during the day. And then he woke up, well, I woke up the next day and went to get the tablet to charge it thinking, I'll do some in the morning before like we all go out for the day because I get up earlier than everybody else. Went to plug it in and it just would not work. It kept rebooting itself, so it kept restarting itself. Tried loads of different wires, tried looking on YouTube for advice. It was on like, they call it a restart loop or something like that. They said, a lot of things that I read said that it could be because it got knocked and something inside it is loose. It could have been anything. It could have been a virus. My son could have downloaded an app that just wasn't supposed to be downloaded. Yeah, so I have unfortunately lost all of my stitchy progress. So pattern keeper, I will never make this mistake again, but I made the mistake of never backing up any of my charts. I spoke to a couple of people about this and their stitchers too, and they were like, well, didn't you back your stitches up? And I was like, no, I did not. And my partner asked me the same thing as well. He was like, haven't you not backed it up? And I was like, no, I haven't. So when I got home, I had the really daunting task of adding everything onto a new tablet because I bought a new tablet because it worked out cheaper to just get a new standard tablet than it did fixing the tablet that was busted. If I like taking it to someone would have cost me the same price and they'd have had to have restarted the whole thing. So there was no point. So I just bought another one. And all I've done so far is Lord of the Rings and I haven't even finished inputting everything. So I cannot show you my percentages for the things that I have done before that, which actually is a lot of stitching for me. So the things that I worked on before I went on holiday, I can't show the percentage, but I do have the stitches. So we can see how much I actually stitched. But the Lord of the Rings, I have not been counting how many stitches I'm doing, and I will explain a bit more when I actually get to that one, as it's probably easier just to show you on the chart. But yeah, I felt very deflated and I think I kind of ruined the holiday for myself because not only did it completely mean that I couldn't, not only did it mean that I couldn't get onto my pattern keeper stuff, but it also meant all of my labels for my stuff on Etsy had disappeared. So I sell, oh my belly's rumbling. I sell diamond painting scented putty on Etsy for a different craft for diamond painting. And because it's all scented and I use fragrance oils, etc., I have to put the like allergens on the back, so just in case people are allergic to the scents. I've lost all of that, and going forward I'm now going to have to redo it, but I'm going to do it on my laptop. I don't know why I never did it before. Like, it's just after when this tablet died, I was just thinking, why did I leave all this stuff on the one tablet? Like, the new tablet that I've got is just going to be for cross stitch, and you best bet I am backing up all of my stuff once I get it back to normal, at least a week, every week. So I think what I'll do, just to be on the safe side going forward, is every week the projects that I have worked on, I will back them up. And hopefully that's a lesson learnt for me, because I really am at a point at the minute where I don't want to stitch because I don't want to input everything again. But I will get back there, don't worry, I will. It just means that I might focus on one pattern at a time more. So say like I do a pattern for a full week, so I can try and input the numbers and get back to where I like sort of think I was. I'll show you on Lord of the Rings. So like I said, before the holiday, I was pretty pleased with how much I'd done. So the first one that I did was Venom. And I think I'm going to do it a bit differently this time. I think what I'm going to do is do a before and then a now picture instead of showing you a clip, because sometimes I talk a lot before I show it to you. So what I'll do is I'll hold them up together, and I'll get this one here like that, and then hopefully I can split the screen and show you progress before. But on Venom, I managed to do 1,842 stitches. And I'm very, very pleased with that. So I can't remember what I did. I think I did mostly black. I'm sure I did. Yeah, I think I was working mostly down here instead of going over here to the eye because there's a lot of white. I think I just kind of did a bit more black and did some outline. So Venom is stitched on 25 count, easy count fabric, and it is 25 count, I just said that. 2 strands, half stitch. So he is coming along nicely. I am going to make myself, there's a lighting a bit funny today. I'm going to make myself some plans for next year, and Venom is going to be one of them that I would like to finish next year. I was just looking for the percentage, but I can't show it to you. He's going to be hopefully finished next year, but we've got a while before the end of the year before I start discussing next year's plans. Lighting doesn't know what it wants to do today. It's a bit funny. I apologise if you can't see very well. So next up I have Pokemon. This is the Gen 1, all of the Generation 1 Pokemon basically, and there is a free pattern similar to this available online if you search up Lord Libidon Pokemon chart, but I actually bought my one off of Etsy. And here is what it looks like at the moment. So I didn't do as much on this one. I did 449 stitches on this one. Mostly doing Vaporeon, all here. This is on 18 count, easy count, 2 strands, full cross. I've had this one for quite a while now. I haven't really had that much progress on it. It does take me longer to stitch full cross. That's why there's only 449 stitches. But that was over 2 sessions. One was 183 and the other was 266. So I'd say that's about normal for me with a full cross instead of a half stitch. And next up is one that I'm really, really pleased with. It's the one that I worked the most on before I went away. I don't know why I decided to work on it so much. Well, I think I kind of do and I don't. So it's Tomb Raider. There'll be a picture here. And if you remember on my last Flosstube, I was talking about decorating. So I was decorating my new living room, which is going to be sort of like a games room. And Tomb Raider, because I'm getting all my old classic games back, Tomb Raider is one of the first games I ever played. It was the first game that I had that came with my first PlayStation 1, Tomb Raider 4. But it's just been a big thing. My belly's rumbling again. Tomb Raider has always been a massive thing. So I thought, well, seeing as I have this chart, I was really in the mood to just, you know, work on it a bit more. And I have had to restart this chart once already, so I was feeling a little bit deflated before. But since picking it up again, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. So here is what it looks like now. I hope you can see that. I really wanted to get a dinosaur's face done. I really, really did. It was kind of like this challenge for me during the week that I'd done this, that I was like, I'm determined to get a dragon's head done. So I managed to do 6,374 stitches in a week. And I think I literally only stitched on this the entire week because I couldn't put it down. I just really wanted to get it done, and I was really enjoying stitching on it. So this fabric is 28 count, and I am stitching 1 strand half stitch on this one. I did try 2 strands half stitch. It was too thick. I use CXC thread, and I do actually stitch on Lord of the Rings in 28 count 2 strands half stitch, but it is difficult. When it gets to the confetti, it's very, very difficult. This dinosaur had tons and tons of confetti. I charted this myself, so I knew there was going to be tons of confetti. So I decided to go with 1 strand, and I'm very, very happy that I did. I think the coverage is coming out quite nice, considering that I usually worry about 1 strand half stitch, but I think on 28 count for this particular pattern it works quite well. I think if there was a lot of blocking colours, so say like a black night sky for instance, I would do that in 2 strands because you would see, I think you would see the fabric through it, but because there's so many colour changes in this and so many tones of green, you can't see any gaps, and that is perfect. So I'm very, very happy with that. And this will be something that I work on again soon because it's a massive chart. It's 650 by 700 or 750. And I really want this in my new living room. So that gives me the motivation to, you know, push on and get this done. I've got a while, but I'm so pleased with the start that I've made on this one this week. Well, for the last 3 weeks. Now next up is another one that I put a lot of effort into, and that is Darth Daddy. So Darth Daddy is more of a colour blocking pattern. It kind of makes me feel a little bit sleepy after a while because it's the same thing. It's the easiest pattern that I have, and for that reason sometimes I don't like picking it up because it does make me feel too sleepy, which is strange because you think I'd already be finished by now because it's so easy, but it actually does. Like, I find it really difficult to do. There's a lot of 310 and then there's lots of block colours around it. So here's what we're looking at now. And as always, I try and fill in a bit of black and then go to the background and then come back to the black because there is so much. So this part of the pattern here will go all the way across there and it is just all black. So I don't want to be ending this pattern on just 310, but I managed to get done 2,782 stitches, and I really like the contrasting colours here where it's all blending in together. Looks very, very nice. And I am stitching this on 25 count 2 strands half stitch. This pattern is on Etsy by Creatively Stitching, I believe, and the artwork is from Mandy Manzano and it's called Darth Daddy. I will link, as always, all of my charts in the description if you would like to, you know, go check them out. Okay, so now we will get on to Lord of the Rings, which is the one that I've been doing for the last 3 days since I've been home from holiday. And I am not going to lie, I am really struggling to input the previous stitches that I've got done. I don't know what it is, but my brain just can't process reading the ones that have already been done and putting them back into Pattern Keeper. So I've done as much as I can, and then I came up with an idea because it literally gave me a migraine and I was like, I really don't want to do this anymore. So what I've done is started in a different place on the chart. and I'm going to work towards the stitches that I have done. And I'll show you what I mean. So here's what it looks like now. Hopefully the before picture will fit in next to it. But I have started down here, and I came back up, and what I'm going to do is, now I know where I am in this corner here. I have marked, like, I think I've got all the stitches for this corner. On Pattern Keeper at the minute, I think I'm kind of missing these last bits here, like all these, what would you call them? Floating stitches or whatever you want to call them. Basically, they're not done on grid by grid. So I've started up here, and what I'm going to do is come all the way down to here, fill it in, and go all the way back on myself, because that's just how my brain can work it out easier. Like, I can't sit there and just put in all these stitches that I've already done, because they are so blimmin' small. I don't even know if you can see. They're so small, and I just can't do it. My eyes can't take it. So the easiest way for me is to just work towards my progress, because when I highlight a stitch on Pattern Keeper, I will find it based on where I am at the time, because it's easier to zone in on a piece when you're actually working on it, instead of just looking at it and trying to mark off stitches that you've done. I don't know what it is, but my brain focuses more when I'm actually stitching on it. So say when I get to like here, I can zone in, highlight a stitch on Pattern Keeper and be like, okay, well that one's already there. I'll mark it off, I'll move to the next. Pardon me. And that is how I think I'm going to do this. So I'm going to try my best to get as much done as I can this week, and then I am going to have to move on and input the rest of my patterns, because some of the other patterns will be a lot easier than this one to input. Definitely be a lot easier to input. My percentages might be way off for a while, because it might be the case of I don't input all of the stitches straight away, just so I can start working on them again and do the same method as this one, where I stitch towards my progress already, and then I can add that on then, but then it messes up your stitch counts. So I haven't put anything for Lord of the Rings, because yesterday it said I'd done 1,200 stitches when I hadn't. All I'd done is this part here. So definitely it will be a struggle, I think, for a little while to tell you how much progress I've actually got done while I'm marking off stitches that have already, you know, existed. So bear with me, but I will continue. I will still stitch as much as I can. So I'm going to work on this one for the next week, and then I think I might go back to Tomb Raider and the 1,000 subscriber chart, the I Hate Everyone Equally chart, because it's a nice small chart. It will give me a break in between this and the Tomb Raider one. The Tomb Raider one, I'm a bit more, what's the word, confident that I can easily input them, because there's not that much work done on it, and we can just carry on, you know, it should be fine. But this one was a pain in the butt. It really, really was. There are so many confetti stitches in this that it was just, it wasn't going to work the first way I did it. So I think working towards the progress will be a good idea. Okay, so that is everything I have. I will be back in another 2 weeks. I hope you come back and see how I've got on, if I've struggled anymore. I should be okay. I should be okay. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have some great stitchy time yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.